Very good. Where is this? Oh, it is gallbladder. Gallbladder. Okay. So this gallbladder consists of parts. This part of gallbladder is called as the fundus. Okay, this part of that is which is the fundus, it projects below the margin, inferior margin of liver. So that's why see this liver. Now you see this one. What is this?
Gallbladder.
Fundus of the gallbladder. So it is projecting from the inferior margin of the liver. The fundus is projecting below. So this is the fundus. Above the fundus, this area is the body of the gallbladder. This area, narrow area, is the neck of the gallbladder. Okay. This neck of the gallbladder continues as the cystic duct. Now that same thing I will show you here. What you are seeing here, this is the fundus of the gallbladder. This is the body of the gallbladder. So fundus of the gallbladder, the body of the gallbladder, this is the neck of the gallbladder. Now the neck of the gallbladder, it consists one pouching here. This pouch is called as Hartmann's pouch. You can see in this, okay? Here you see this pouch here. This pouching is outpouching in the neck of the gallbladder is called as Hartmann's pouch. Now this neck of the gallbladder will continue as cystic duct. So this cystic duct, and in the initial part in the neck, the mucosa consists of many concentric valves. Okay, the mucosa consists of many concentric folds. These concentric folds, it might be 6 to 12 or 6 to 10 in number, they form a valve. That valve is called as spiral valve. Okay, the valve is called as the spiral valve because of this concentric folds present in this cystic duct. Okay, now what is this and this? Very good. So these are right and the left hepatic ducts. Or from here, what is coming? This hepatic ducts. Okay, right and the left hepatic ducts. Same thing you are seeing here, right and the left hepatic ducts. Both these ducts, they join together, and they, as soon as they come out from the, what is this area called as?
Area.
This area of the liver is called as
Area.
hilum. Here it is called something different, something hepatis. What hepatis? Porta hepatis. This is called as the porta hepatis. Okay, here in the liver, the area of hilum is called as porta hepatis. So all the structures which enter and come out, it is in this area of a porta hepatis. So as soon as these two things come out from the porta hepatis, they join together, and they join and they form this duct. This is called as the common bile duct. Okay, this is the common bile duct. This common bile duct joins with this duct. What duct is this? Cystic duct. So both of them, they will join together and they will form the, sorry, this is not common bile duct, this is common hepatic duct. Right and the left hepatic duct will join together and they form the common hepatic duct. Common hepatic duct joins with the cystic duct to form the common bile duct, CBD, the common bile duct. This common bile duct will travel on the posterior surface of the pancreas. You see here, traveling on the posterior surface of this structure, which is the pancreas. Then it will come here in front, it will join, so it is coming here in front. So this is the common bile duct appearing here in the front. Okay, so that we will stop here regarding the common bile duct. Next we will go to the pancreas. Then again we will come back to the common bile duct. What is this structure?
Pancreas.
This is the pancreas. Okay, this pancreas consists of a head, neck, body, and tail. So I will show it behind. You see this thing, what you see here.
Head.
This is the head of the pancreas, and the head of the pancreas is present within the
Duodenum.
C-shaped curve of the duodenum. So this is the head of the pancreas. This narrow, or this is the head of the pancreas. This narrow part of the pancreas is known as the neck of the pancreas. This is the body of the pancreas. Majority of the pancreas is the body of the major part of the pancreas is the body of the pancreas. Then this end, tapering end, is called as the tail of the pancreas. Tail of the pancreas is related to which structure? Spleen. So what you see here, this is the spleen. So the tail of the pancreas is related to the spleen, and the tail of the pancreas is present within what? A ligament which is connecting the spleen to the kidney, lieno-renal ligament. Okay, lieno-renal ligament. So tail of the pancreas is related to the spleen. So these are the structure of the pancreas. The head of the pancreas, here it has one projection, or here behind, if you see, this projection is called as uncinate process. It is called as the uncinate process. Okay, the body of the pancreas, when you see the upper surface, or the upper, not surface, upper border, the upper border of the pancreas, you see in this is the upper border of the pancreas. It consists of one elevation. This elevation, what you see, this elevation is the tuber omental. This one is the tuber omental. Now the pancreas has been cut open here. It has been cut open to see, to show the ducts inside. There are two ducts present in the pancreas. This one, which is going like this and like this is called as the main pancreatic duct. Okay, there is a name also for that. If you want, you can read it. Virshang. Okay, this is the accessory pancreatic duct. So this is main pancreatic duct. This is accessory pancreatic duct. See, accessory. Why it is called accessory? Because sometimes we use some accessories. Okay. Sometimes we do not use accessories. So this is called as an accessory because sometimes it might be present, sometimes it might not be present. Even if it is not present, it is normal. So that's why it is an accessory duct. So this one is the main pancreatic duct, which is always present, and this is the accessory pancreatic duct, which might or might not be present. Now, what happens to this accessory pancreatic duct? It arises from the region of uncinate process. It travels through the head. It comes here and opens into this structure. What is this structure? Duodenum. This is the second part of the duodenum. In the second part of the duodenum, it opens into one opening here. You see this opening? This opening is called as the minor duodenal papillae. What you are seeing here, this is the minor duodenal papillae. So accessory duct of the pancreas opens into the minor duodenal papillae. What happens to the main duct? This is the main duct of the pancreas. This main duct of the pancreas joins with this thing. Come back to this thing. What is this? Common
Bile
bile
duct.
duct. Okay, common bile duct. This one is the common hepatic duct. It will join with cystic duct and form the common bile duct. So the main duct of the pancreas will join with the common bile duct, and both of them, they will form a structure. This structure is called as the ampulla of Vater. This is called as ampulla of Vater. This ampulla of Vater will enter into the duodenum. Okay, into the medial wall of the second part of duodenum, and it will open through a papilla. This papilla is called as major papilla. This is minor papilla, opening of a accessory pancreatic duct. this is major papilla, opening of a ampulla of water which is formed by joining of main duct and the CBD. CBD is
Common bile.
common bile duct. Now, this ampulla of water, it is surrounded by a layer of a sphincter, muscle sphincter, that is called as a sphincter of Oddi. So, ampulla of water is guarded by which valve? Sphincter of Oddi. Okay, so these are all the structures which are present in the duodenum and not duodenum, in the hepatobiliary system and the pancreas. Okay, just for one small revision, I will say what are these structures. What is this? Superior mesenteric artery. Okay, this is splenic artery. What is this? No, it is not inferior vein. Okay. What mesenteric vein? Superior mesenteric vein. So behind you see superior mesenteric vein. Wait. So this is what vein? Splenic vein. Splenic vein will join with this superior mesenteric vein, and it will form after this area. It is called as superior mesenteric vein joins with the splenic vein to form very important vein. Portal vein. Remember, 70% of the blood supply to the liver is by portal vein. Other 30% only is from hepatic artery. Okay, you should understand, portal vein is supplying the liver, hepatic artery and vein. Why vein? Why vein is supplying? Why vein is supplying? Vein should drain blood. Why it is supplying blood?
Circulation.
So this question should arise. Usually artery supplies all the substance. Why this portal vein is supplying the liver? From the stomach and intestine. So whatever we are eating food, that food is getting absorbed in the stomach and in the intestines, small intestine and the large intestine. So all these things are carried through the venous blood, and all this venous blood from the stomach area or from the intestine area, okay, they all drain into stomach. Does not do much of absorption. Most of the absorption is done in the intestines, remember that. So all these things which are there in the intestines, nutrients, they are poured into it is carried back by the venous blood. So all these veins will drain into this portal vein. So this portal vein brings all the nutrients to the liver. So that's why portal vein is supplying the liver. Okay, remember that. Why portal vein is supplying the liver? It is carrying all the nutrients from the intestines, okay, to the liver. Clear? Now, what is this artery? Splenic artery. This artery is the common hepatic artery. From this hepatic artery, you will have this proper hepatic artery, okay, and this one is the gastroduodenal artery. Okay, this one is the gastroduodenal artery, which is arising from the hepatic artery. So these are some general things which you should know. Okay, this tail of the pancreas is present within which ligament? Lienorenal ligament. Okay, so what you are seeing here, tail of the pancreas, directly related in, it is touching and present at the hilum of the spleen, and there is one ligament which is passing from this kidney to the spleen, that is called as lienorenal ligament. Okay, so this hilum is present within that lienorenal ligament. Okay, so with this over. Any doubts, anything?